I talk to agency founders every day, and whenever I ask them, how do you guys run your sales calls? What is your sales script? How do you propose your solution? Most of the time they're just saying that it happens just by itself. I'm not pretty much doing anything. I'm just building some rapport. I'm asking like, how are you, what's up? And then demonstrating my software. But in reality, this is not how it's supposed to work. And we as technical guys, as founders who were not in sales before, we don't get it sometimes. And I didn't get it as well. I learned it less than a year ago, and I understood that it's completely different skill. It's a completely different new world. It's basically psychology, and it can never be learned. It can never be learned in full because there is still a lot of stuff that we don't know, but we at least can get better in this. So in this video, I want to explain to you how exactly sales psychology works, how you can utilize it on any stage of your sales pipeline. Would it be conversations, DMs, sales calls, maybe in-person meetups, or even like cold emails, cold calling, and especially sales calls themselves, so that you can actually get money for your solution. I wish I would know this myself before, because I didn't know. I thought that it's just like presenting your offer, presenting your solution, and then it works. But no, this is not how it works. So let's get started, and I will explain in full how exactly it's supposed to work. The first most important thing is pain and problem. We should identify the pain of our prospect, of our potential client. We should dive deep into this pain and problem, understand what exactly is he facing right now. So what it looks like for my case, for example, for my sales calls or conversations, as I already said, it's pretty much the same everywhere. The idea of sales is the same, is that I'm asking like, how exactly your business looks like right now? How many clients do you have? Where those clients are usually coming from? And it sounds like just pretty much basic generic questions, but when you ask those questions should be positioned in a way that will make your prospect feel pain. And pain is the best stimuli to basically move him to close, to buy your solution, because he will understand that he has a problem and your solution is the solution for this problem. And it's a good pain because we're actually trying to help. And yeah, a disclaimer here, we're using those techniques only when we can actually help prospects. We're not using them for like bad reasons. We're not trying to sell something that we cannot fulfill, that we cannot like actually help. And this is exactly why I offer guarantees for my services, and I recommend you to do as well, because if you don't deliver your services, you're refunding the money, and basically nobody lost anything. So this is what we do. We ask painful questions. We're asking like, okay, you have like 2 clients. Are you actually like satisfied with it? How do you feel about having like 2 clients? So, and for how long you had those 2 clients? Like, is it 3 months? Oh, 5 months. Okay. And what did you already try to fix those 2 clients? How did you try to get more clients? So, and prospect will be answering like, yeah, I've tried like cold email, cold calling, whatever. And why do you think it didn't work? And he will also be explaining, and all of this will be putting him into pain. And you can ask like even more in-depth questions. You can ask, okay, so you said that you, and by the way, yeah, how many conversations do you usually have like per month with your potential clients? So yeah, I usually get like 20 conversations. Okay, so you currently have 2 clients, you had like 20 conversations per month. So how many of those conversations actually get into calls with you? And so it'll be like, oh, it's actually like not too many, maybe like 1 or 2. And if they say this, they can already understand that they have a problem. So the problem is that people are not able to convert, and we can ask like, why do you think that is a problem? Like, oh, why they're not booking calls with you? And they're gonna like disclaim, they're gonna actually explain why is this happening. So the idea is, whenever we're selling, whenever we're proposing some solution, we're not trying to solve the symptom, because if we have like some software, we have our solution, we don't know exactly what is the problem. Maybe we're helping them with ads. Let's say we're helping them by running ads. So if we say that, okay, we're gonna get you leads using ads, then they will be able to potentially have more calls. They will be able to have some conversations. But if their problem is that they don't have many clients, not because they don't have leads, but because they cannot close those leads. So for example, they have like 20 conversations per month, but they book like just 2 calls. So the problem is definitely not in leads. It's definitely not in ads. It's not in their content. It's not in their outreach system. It's basically in their conversations, in their sales skills. So what should be done here is fixing their sales skills. And if you're not fixing their sales skills in your solution, then this solution is not going to be for them, and probably you're going to sell something different. But this is the idea. So you are also showing that you are able to actually find the real root cause of the problem. And while you're doing this is also like a pretty scary part of the sales conversations and basically sales process, is that while you are asking those questions, first of all, it's good because you are understanding the problem and you're able to identify it. And secondly is that you don't even need to have those skills, like super in-depth skills, to actually figure out this problem. And while you're doing this, while you're finding this root cause, you are able to show your authority, you are able to show your knowledge. You're showing that you actually do understand some things, but even while it's super like simple, even like a kid would be able to ask those questions. You just need some like fundamental general thinking, like how's it called, first whatever, you got it. So this is the idea. By just asking simple questions, we're able to get those painful basically moments, problems, and they will call out them themselves. So we shouldn't like say, okay, you're having this problem, like they're saying them themselves. We can just summarize. So for example, they're saying like, okay, I do get like 2 calls, and out of those calls, I usually don't close anyone. And we'll say, okay, so you're like having this, you've tried like already like a few different techniques, and why do you think nothing worked? So they'll be also like explaining, like they will say, because I think I don't have enough knowledge. I don't know what's wrong. Like, I don't have the system. And this is exactly what will present us in the end. Like, we need to get to this root cause so that they explain their problem. And then we can offer our solution. And second part of this, after we discuss the problem, after we discuss the pain, we need to discuss their goal. What exactly do they want to actually get to? And the idea is pretty much simple. We're just asking like, what's your goal in the next like 12 months, 3 months, whatever is your solution, how fast your solution can give them the result. This timeline you can use basically. They will be saying, okay, I would prefer to have like 5 clients per month at least. And we can also ask like, why is it important? What is going to change there? So this is also like a symptom kinda. This is a super like top of the iceberg, but we need to get to the bottom. We need to understand like what exactly is hiding there. So they need to get to 5 clients per month, but why do they need to get to 5 clients per month? What's going to change in their life? So this is what we're asking, like, and what's going to change in your life? Why is it important for you? Because I will be making like $10,000 per month, like with 5 clients, $2,000 for each client is like 10,000. So, and why $10,000 per month is important for you? It's because I can support my family better. I don't have to work my full-time job. I can do this business full-time. And why is it important for you to do this business full-time? Oh, it's actually so that I can like go travel, so that I don't have to rely on my employer, and I'm feeling more like stable. And why is it actually like important for you to feel stable? Because I have my family, because I have to take care of them, and if I will not, like, I'm not sure who else will do that. Okay. So, and how do you think your life will change after getting to $10,000 a month? And so they will explain. And this is why it's also important. Is I will get to the third step of entire like sales logic. So that right now we discuss the pain. Pain is point A. It's where they're currently right now. They're in pain. And point B is where they want to get. So our solution is basically a bridge from point A to point B. And the idea is that once we're building this point A, we are trying to make it feel as bad as possible. for the good. We're doing this for the good because we know that we can actually solve this problem. So this is what we did. We said like, okay, you're getting like 2 clients from 20 conversations. So you're having conversations, but you are not able to convert them. So you already said like you don't have a system, you don't know what to do. Is this right? Yeah, he's saying, yeah, this is right. So this is point A. And point B is you want to close like at least 5 clients per month. So you want to get to 10K so that you can feel better, like stable with your family. You can travel the world. Is this right? Yeah, and why didn't you get to this point? Why didn't you get from A to B so far? So you've been doing this business like for 5 months. Why you didn't do this? And he said he's gonna say like, oh, because I don't have a system. I don't really know how to do this, or I think I can do this, but it will like take me some time as well. Or maybe they're gonna say like, I can do this. In this case, you can ask like, but you didn't do it like before, so what will change? Like, why are you gonna do this? And if he's saying like, I can definitely like do this, then you can say, okay, for sure, we're gonna end the call. I don't need to sell you anything if you're just thinking like you can manage it yourself. So the idea is that we need to put this point A and point B as far from each other as possible, so that they feel this pain. They feel the pain from point A to point B, that it's hard to get there. And once this pain is as huge as possible, this is when we're showing our solution, because the bigger this pain, the likelihood of them getting our solution is higher. Of course, this point of them buying our solution can be different from each and every person. Sometimes one person needs like, let's say 50 points out of 100 to actually get something, 50 points of pain. Another one needs like 80 points of pain. So it will be completely different for each and every person. But our idea, our goal on the sales call, or any even sales conversations, even if we want to get the person on the sales call from the DMs or from cold call, this is exactly the same process that we need to do, but sometimes in different ways. This is what we need to understand, to make them understand that they have this gap and they need to close this gap. So what we will ask them as a result is like, why you didn't fix this yourself? So what is the problem? So, and yeah, and they will explain, because I don't have a system, because I don't know how to do this. And we will ask like, and how important is it like for you to fix this right now? And they'll say, oh, it's actually like super important. I do really want to have this stability in my life, and whatever is the goal. Maybe it's like dating coaching, maybe it's fitness coaching, whatever. Maybe it's not about stability, maybe it's not even about money. And again, we are remembering, we're able to fix this problem. If we're not able to fix this problem, if let's say they're saying like, I get like 100 leads and we get 80 conversations, and I want to get it like to 90 conversations, then you may think like, okay, maybe I'm not able to increase this from 80 to 90 if this is like a sales pipeline. If it's ads, for example, then yeah, for sure we can just increase the number of leads, and it will also increase the number of conversations, because they're already good at conversations. They're able to convert 80%, but it's a crazy number, but just for the sake of the example. So we can just add additional like lead generation source, and they will be able to convert them. So it will kind of work for them. But if our offer is improving their sales process, then it will not make sense probably if we're not skilled enough to improve it even higher. But those numbers are already like pretty crazy. So once we know that we can solve this problem, we are asking like, do you really want me to like show you how I can potentially solve this for you? Or no, sorry, at this point we're already saying that I can definitely help you at this point, because we already understood that problem, we already dived deep into this problem, we understood if it's actually something we can help or not, because where we were asking specific questions, we understood what exactly is the root of the problem. So here we're able to understand if we're able to fix it, and if we're able to get it to a goal, approximately to the goal. And then we're saying like, okay, I can definitely help you. Would you like me to explain how? And this is exactly when we start pitching our product. And only at this stage we do this. And I feel like many software engineers are actually, oh, sorry, not software engineers, but overall like founders, tech founders, AI agency owners, they're not doing this. So this is how it should work. And this is what I opened for myself like not so long ago. And this is a very interesting like world. It's a very interesting skill. I'm learning it every day. I'm improving in it, and I will be improving for much longer, because it's gonna stay forever. It's basically psychology, and not many people get it. But it's just as simple as asking correct questions and this is how you get it to the sale. And I hope you enjoyed this video, as this is exactly what I'm helping agency owners with: lead generation, with sales pipeline. So you can connect with me and chat with me about your current process, what exactly is your problem, and this is pretty much what I will do. I will ask you questions about your situation, I will ask you about your goals, because this is exactly how it can be done, how it should be done. And in addition, it also helps with selling, because this is how it works. So connect with me on LinkedIn, link is in the description, and I'll be more than happy to chat with you about this. And I'll see you on LinkedIn, or you can also check out my video about why exactly I'm doing what I'm doing. I'll see you there.